Cancer, welcome, and welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. You know what is so funny to me? That's interesting. The Nine of Wands. I wonder how, okay. Do you feel like you are struggling a little bit? That's weird. I literally just shuffled these cards a million times and I didn't see that. That one flipped over. So anyway, what is also interesting with you guys, and by you guys, I just mean, you know, like anytime I do the Cancer reading, and at least just the last few times, it's not every time. That's a bit dramatic. Anyway, I wear one AirPod, and I just wear the right one because that's just what's familiar. That's what's comfortable. And for you guys, the last couple months, the right one will not work. I have to wear the left one, which is interesting because it almost kind of takes me out of my comfort zone too. It's just weird having it in my left ear. I don't generally wear both of them at the same time anyway, unless I go to the gym, which is not that often. Not as often as it should be. So, and I feel like I mentioned, I don't know if it was this last, like April mid-month or April or whatever, but I feel like I mentioned there was something going on with the left ear too. And it was like something about not, you know, like kind of blocking receiving a message or something. So it's interesting because maybe that's kind of cleared up for you. And maybe you are finding yourself to be a bit more receptive to hearing a different message or a different perspective, or seeing things from a different perspective. I don't know. We'll see. So I hope that April has been and is treating you well. We're working with a different spread this month. We'll see if it sticks actually too, because it definitely takes up a bit more space. And depending on if I can like change my configuration and stuff to fit all the cards in, we'll see. Because these are like pocket size is what they call them. But like, so they're smaller compared to this. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll figure that out next month. But what's going to happen is I'm just going to shuffle the cards 3 times one way, 3 times another way. I'm going to split the deck, and then we're going to take the top 9 cards off of the deck. So we are asking for messages for May 2022 for Cancer. Message for Cancer. 3 is just my number. If you have a number, you know what I mean. And if you do have a number, drop it in the comments. Ooh. Well, the 9 of Cups is a big difference from that 9 of Wands that we saw for a second there. Ace of Cups, absolutely. Knight of Wands. The Fool, this is beautiful. 3 of Pentacles, King of Wands, Justice, the Star, and the Hermit. And then 6 of Cups. Ooh. 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I just wanted to be sure that they're all in frame. You can at least kind of see most of them at least. Like, so there's not necessarily like a rhyme or reason here. It's kind of like bingo. It can go across, it could go diagonal. You know, there is generally like a beginning, middle, end type situation. So we're just going to kind of go across, and then we're going to talk about the columns, and then we'll finish up from there. So we start with a 9 of Cups. Beautiful. What the hell? I love that. Because that's focusing on, I mean, you know, like the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. That is you feeling like what you have been trying to manifest, or, you know, the way that you have been trying to feel about a situation has come into fruition. The nines talk about like when we individually feel the effects of that suit, right? And obviously cups being water, very much your energy, right? Like, there appears to be good feelings about either what you're doing, a direction that you're heading in. And then we have the Ace of Cups after that. This combo is amazing because, you know, the Ace of Cups is where it starts, right? I mean, like the Ace of Cups is your cup runneth over, right? There's a major kind of heart space energy there. This is, you know, like feeling like your cup is full, but also it's, you know, your cup is full to the point where, you know, like you can maybe kind of share it with other people, because obviously we move on to the Two of Cups, right? And that's when you start kind of sharing that cup or your emotions with somebody else. This could be a new, like you could meet somebody new. You know, I feel like I've mentioned before, but I don't typically do like love readings. The focus for me is on you. I think that there's a lot of amazing love readers out there, so I just kind of leave that up to them. But, you know, I mean, this combo together, like very much, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. The dogs across the street were freaking out. My dog was about to start freaking out. So, again, with the Ace of Cups, you know, like it could be a person coming in, but I don't think so. I mean, I want to throw it out there. However, with it being next to the Nine of Cups, I mean, granted, these two cards together create the Ten of Cups, right? So the Ten of Cups does talk about family and relationships and community and all of that. So this could even just be, you know, kind of not like a missing piece, because I don't think that relationships complete us to a certain degree. But, you know, I mean, even just kind of her stance here and how she's just kind of sitting there with her eyes closed, right? Like you could be trying to manifest a relationship into your life. And maybe that is a focus. And I mean, you know, it could be any type of relationship. It could be platonic, it could be business, it could be romantic, right? But it is definitely something that's going to hit you in the feels, right? Like you want to feel good about it. And then we have the Knight of Wands next to that. And what's interesting with this Knight of Wands is we have this dragon up here on top of this mountain. And interestingly enough, the card that comes after the Knight, the Queen, she's like sitting on the dragon. So it's almost kind of like the dragon's been tamed. But when we talk about the Knight, obviously the dragon is not tamed yet, right? So, you know, Knights bring information in. They're messengers. So, you know, when we talk about wands, that's fire, that's creativity, that's almost a matter of manifesting also. It also talks about communication and action. So, you know, I mean, there could be, and just, you know, the way that the Knight is flying this way, you know, I mean, like there could be some information coming into you, either from a fire sign, or even, I mean, like you could be getting creative in the way that you either, you know, communicate with other people, or even getting creative in the way that you meet other people, like networking is kind of coming to mind. And then we have the Fool card, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. The Fool is basically, like, I mean, it's a leap of faith. It's a brand new beginning. And, you know, there's this level of excitement here also. There's a lot of trust that goes into the Fool card because, you know, when I think about the Fool, it's like there's kind of no other option, right? It's almost kind of like you've kind of thought about like the pros and cons. It's like you've already kind of explored all of the ways. Well, it's the Fool's journey, right? I mean, this is the beginning. So this would be coming right after the end of a cycle. So, you know, it's almost kind of like you have no other option except for to kind of take this leap of faith and really just to kind of see what happens. It kind of has that like YOLO attitude, right? And then the Three of Pentacles talks about collaboration. Again, even this networking energy here. And maybe just even kind of changing up, you know, like where you meet people, how you meet people. Maybe this is something that you've kind of known about for a while, and maybe you just haven't kind of decided to take, again, you know, like take that leap and try it. But the Three of Pentacles does talk about collaboration. It's planning also. We talk about Pentacles, that's Earth. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. There is, you know, like at least if anything, there is this new beginning here. Like there is kind of just this new, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like anything major. It doesn't have to be like a complete 180 or, you know, like something completely new. It could just be, you know, by you kind of, you know, like changing, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be you either. It could be whoever else is involved in the situation. Maybe they're communicating differently, but it's almost kind of like there's this kind of brand new, like kind of understanding that's happening here. And it is involving other people. It could be involving two other people. But it's like, you know, everybody is working in tandem. It's like, you know, instead of, you know, it's like, instead of there being too many chiefs and not enough Indians, it's like, you know, everybody is working and doing their part. And it has nothing to do anymore about being a chief or an Indian. That's just how, you know, like the saying goes. Or what's the other one? Like too many chefs and not enough cooks or something like that. Like there was too many people that are trying to be in charge and not enough people that are actually, you know, kind of doing the work. Anyway, what I'm saying though is that everybody, it's like nobody is trying to one up or trying to be in control of the situation. Everybody is just kind of doing their part. And then we have the King of Wands here. I mean, this could be a person. When we talk about the kings, they are, you know, kind of older, like 50s, 60s and over. You know, I mean, like there's a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience that comes with the king. It is the highest expression of the suit also, right? So there's this level of mastery as far as the suit of wands. So, you know, they are able to communicate well with everybody. And there is kind of this energy of like exploring something new. Like uncharted territories is how that feels. And maybe this collaboration, like, you know, just by you guys all working together finally, maybe that's what's uncharted territories. Like maybe you're just kind of not used to everybody being on the same page and actually working together. And then we have Justice, the Star, and Hermit. So, you know, Justice is Libra, the card of Libra anyway. And Justice talks about, you know, the scales balancing. There could be some sort of like contract or, you know, I mean, it could involve the courts or something along those lines for, you know, kind of the literal interpretation of this. But it's more so about almost like karma balancing out. But there is this, you know, leveling going on. There's this level of, you know, fairness. It's like everybody in this Three of Pentacles, like everybody feels like the situation is fair. And then we have the Star card next to that. And the Star card talks about faith and hope. This is the card of Aquarius, so you could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could have Aquarius in your chart, of course. But this is, I always see the Star card as, you know, the space between the physical 3D world and, you know, the cosmos, or it could be God, it could be, you know, if you connect to a higher power. And that's like the star is right, that space right between where like our prayers lie, right? Like where we manifest things, because we need both the physical 3D and, you know, kind of the energy from the cosmos to kind of come together and manifest the things into our realities, right? So this could be, again, you know, whatever this Justice card is, like whatever this, you know, balancing of scales is something that you have been trying to manifest, and you have been, you know, kind of holding on in your heart space even. And then the Hermit card is like, to me, the Hermit card has this energy of being able to take a break, because, you know, and even we start with the Nine of Cups and just her, how she's sitting there, right? This is how she's sitting here again. I mean, they're not the same character, but I mean, there could be a move because, you know, I mean, she's sitting on the ocean, and this looks to be more, you know, kind of in a woodsy type area. I love that there's a little owl right there. But this could be something, you know, again, like just because you've been on this road for so long, that once it kind of comes into reality or into existence, you want to take a little breaky poo. This may not be energy that, like, you know, kind of all gets figured out in the month of May, but at least it seems like the wheels kind of start turning again. And even, you know, we have the Nine of Cups, the Fool, and Justice here. So, you know, this big focus on how you want to feel, how you want your life to feel going forward. This wish fulfillment, though, also like kind of getting what you want. And that's in this kind of like leap of faith that is balancing the scales here. And either, you know, this cup is offered to you, or you are offering a cup. But, you know, it's almost kind of like an olive branch feel when we're just looking at this one column. Because, you know, like then we have this collaboration that kind of starts happening where everybody starts working together. And it's almost like everybody's working towards the same goal. Like, you know, whatever you want, like, you know, you want to feel good about what you, like how your life is, or where you're living, or how you're working, or whatever. It's like everybody that is involved in the Three of Pentacles, they want the same thing for you, or you want the same thing for them, depending on, you know, kind of where you're at in all of this. So it's, again, like everybody's kind of working towards the same goal. And then you just kind of start going for it, right? Because, I mean, the Knight of Wands is going to go for it. This could even be, you know, like some sort of information coming into you that fits whatever this collaboration is. Like, you know, whatever this is that you're all kind of working towards, there could be this message that comes in that fits what it is that you all have been concentrating on. And then it's like, you know, with this, it's almost like it's a matter of time at that point. And then, you know, this almost kind of feels like a bit of patience, like reading it down the column. And then we have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And this to me is an inner child card, but it also talks about reflection, like, you know, looking to the past to learn something and, you know, kind of heal something in the present. So, you know, this whole situation could actually cause a level of inner child healing. This could even be something that, you know, was trying to manifest in the past and it didn't quite get going. So it's, you know, kind of coming back around. That could be it. Beautiful. I am going to leave it there. I hope that you like this spread. If you don't, let me know. I hope you do. We'll see if it sticks around anyway. But of course, if you haven't subscribed, I would love if you subscribe to the channel. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.